great to see you again, eager learners. Welcome back to another engaging session of the Global English Competitiveness video series. Today we're diving into the second part of this unit, Unit 11B, Just In. Make sure to have your pen and paper ready as we embark on a journey to unravel the complexities of news, media, and the crucial art of discerning the truth from misinformation. To recap, we have 4 can-do objectives. First, to assess the reliability of information. Second, identify and synthesize news event details. Third, evaluate the validity of the news. And fourth, write an interesting news article. As you can remember, we have already covered our first can-do objective in the previous video. You assessed the reliability of information. So now, let's move on to the next can-do objective, which is to identify and synthesize news event details. We are now in Lesson 11B, Just In. To help us achieve our second objective, this lesson is subdivided into 4 sections: reading, vocabulary, grammar, and listening. To kick off this lesson, let's do a reading activity. Now let's test your reading comprehension through a set of activities. Time to grab your pen and paper. For the first activity, identify which statements are true by ticking them or marking them with a check. Did you notice any mention of passenger fatalities in the passage? There was none, right? That's why number 1 is left unticked. On the other hand, why did we tick number 2? Number 2 is ticked as the text explicitly stated that a video inside the cabin showed the reaction of the passengers, confirming the information presented. Don't forget to click pause. Here are the correct answers. Easy breezy, wasn't it? Let's test your comprehension even further. Choose the letter of the correct answers. Here are the first 3 items. For number 1, B is the answer because the passage mentions that a man in his 30s was responsible for opening the aircraft door. Click pause and start answering. Let's proceed. Here are the rest of the items for this activity. Remember to click pause. Now here are the correct answers. Great job! Now that we're through with the reading activities, let's enrich your vocabulary with another set of activities. Match the media collocations inside the box with its corresponding description. The first one is done for you. The answer for number 1 is exclusive interview. This implies that neither the interviewee nor the information discussed during the interview is accessible to other media companies. It ensures the uniqueness and confidentiality of the interview. You may now click pause to answer. Here are the correct answers. Now that was way too simple. Let's try another one. Using the same set of media collocations, complete the given sentences. In sentence number 1, current affairs is the answer because it refers to the latest issues on politics, economy, society, and entertainment, encompassing a broad range of contemporary events and topics. Click pause and try this activity. Here are the correct answers. We're done with vocabulary activities. They sure were pretty basic for you. Moving on to the next subsection, grammar. In the previous video lesson, we talked about relative pronouns. Today, we'll be focusing on compound adjectives. First things first, what are compound adjectives? Compound adjectives are two or more words combined to give more detail about a noun. Think of it as a thirst-quenching smoothie made of not just one, but a combination of two or more fruits. Let's use that as an example. A thirst-quenching smoothie. The words thirst and quenching join together to describe the smoothie. Let's answer some activities to apply what we've learned. Use the two words provided in each item to form the correct compound adjective. Number 1 is given as an example. In this context, high-spirited is like a snapshot capturing the protesters' lively and enthusiastic demeanor during the march. The ed adds a timestamp indicating that this spirited state occurred in the past. So it's akin to saying the protesters, high-spirited and full of energy, marched through the streets demanding change at that time. Easy, right? Now click the pause button and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Well, I won't be surprised if you get a perfect score for that one. Let's do another activity. Identify the compound adjective and choose which structure of compound adjective in the box is being used in each sentence. In the first sentence, Big Blue is considered a compound adjective because it combines two adjectives, big and blue, to describe the noun wave. It is categorized under adjective plus adjective because it follows the pattern of placing one adjective directly before another without any conjunction. This structure intensifies the description by emphasizing both the size, which is big, and the specific characteristic, which is blue, of the wave, creating a more nuanced and detailed image in the reader's mind. Now click pause and start answering. Here are the answers. How did that one go? Let's test your skills a bit further with this last grammar activity. Correct the sentences by replacing the incorrect compound adjective and identify which structure of compound adjective is being used. You may refer to the previous activity for the structures as a guide. Number 1 is done for you. Take a look at the sentence. The original sentence featured the incorrect compound adjective well-educatedly, which isn't grammatically accurate. We replaced it with the well-educated politician proposed a new bill to address climate change. Here, well-educated follows the adverb plus past participle structure, making the sentence clearer and adhering to proper grammar rules. Click pause and answer the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Now that we're done with all those grammar activities, let's head over to the last segment of this lesson. Before answering the succeeding activities, let's first listen to this recorded interview. Be attentive and listen carefully.
In the state of Georgia, summertime means peaches, but roughly 90% of the crop has been destroyed. As Sam Greenglass reports from WABE, weather and climate get the blame.
The last time things were this bad was 1955. That's according to Lawton Pearson of Pearson Farm in Fort Valley, Georgia.
I didn't see it. I wasn't alive. My dad was only 6. My grandfather picked 2 peaches, and they went to California for the summer.
Peaches require a minimum number of chill hours, below 45 degrees, to set fruit. But the first 3 months of this year were the warmest on record in Georgia, and chill hours here have been declining over the years. That is climate change. Growers are experimenting with new varieties that need fewer chill hours. Some of those did get the cold they needed, but right when they were blooming, a spurt of unlucky freezing weather.
You have a low chill peach that was perfectly fine with this winter. So it bloomed, and then it got 4 nights under 28. Can't win either way.
So don't count on sinking your teeth into a peach from the peach state anytime soon.
Not Georgia peaches. I don't think you'll see Georgia peaches in a grocery store.
Pearson's summer staff will be down to 40 from the typical 250. He can't retreat to California like his grandfather did in 55. The business has diversified, including a growing pecan crop. But Pearson says looking at trees with no peaches is painful.
Oh, God. Yeah.
One bright spot, the few that do make it benefit from having all the sun, water, and nutrients to themselves.
The peaches you're left with sometimes are fantastic, and they're huge, and they're sweeter than, like, the peaches we have are awesome. It just leaves you wanting more.
Pearson's ready for August, when peach season is over and he can look to next year. For NPR News, I'm Sam Greenglass in Atlanta.
Let's test your listening abilities by answering this activity. Write T if the statement is true according to the audio you heard, and F if it isn't. The first item is done for you. Don't forget to click pause. Here are the correct answers. Here's another activity for you to try. Choose the letter of the correct answer according to the recorded interview. For number 1, what is the main reason for the destruction of the peach crop in Georgia? The answer is letter C, weather and climate. Now click pause and start answering. Here are the correct answers. Now answer the remaining items in this activity. Here are the answers. We have finally come to the end of this lesson. We have achieved our objective of identifying and synthesizing news event details through reading a news article and answering related activities, broadening our vocabulary with new media collocations, sharpening our grammar skills on compound adjectives, and practicing our listening skills with activity based on a recorded interview. As we close Unit 11B, I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow alongside you. Your contributions have added depth and richness to our discussions, making this journey truly fulfilling. Let's carry the lessons learned here forward as we navigate the complexities ahead. This ends Unit 11B. See you in the next lesson.